Well, hello, welcome to I Love Gay today, and we are down in Florida today, and we are with someone we've known each other yet not met yet for over 20 years. Alison Burgos, how are you?
I'm amazing, and it's nice to be connected again.
I know. Well, because we'll talk about your co-founder of Kindred Pride Foundation, and we'll talk about that. But you've been in the LGBT community doing events for that's how I've as long as I've known you. And so
Yeah,
back in those early 2000s and then late 90s, you were doing some amazing events there in Miami that were really dedicated towards just kind of creating community for lesbians out there that didn't necessarily have events, especially going on at that time.
yeah. Started when I was 10. I'm kidding. Yeah, it's been 23 years, which is unbelievable and super ages me, and was really by chance.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm so happy that that moment happened and that I'm here today because I've loved being part of community, the wins and the losses, and being part of history and being part of something bigger than ourselves. It's been very exciting, and Kindred Pride and Red Shirt Day and Gay Disney and Girls in Wonderland are all part of that.
Yep.
But yeah, it started in 1999. It really honestly started in 1990. Oh gosh, like 95, 96,
Yeah.
um, with an event in Washington, D.C. that I was tasked to host for the AIDS quilt.
Oh,
Was
wow.
really how it all kind of started. And I was just coming out, and I asked why there weren't any women's events, and they were like, you should do one. And that's really kind of, I pulled all my resources together and created a really fun event with the whole committee of women. And when I moved back to South Florida, which this is my home and where I was born and raised,
Yeah.
um, I started volunteering and getting involved in my local community center. And then I created, with a dear friend from New York, we created an event, a one night event for women called, which is now called Aqua Girl, which is now a
Yeah.
whole weekend.
Yeah.
Um, and then kind of the rest is history. I kind of left my advertising. Everybody was like, this is amazing. You should do this all the time. And so I left my advertising job and I
Wow.
started a club event and just kind of snowballed. And here we are 23 years later.
Well, what you're doing today is probably more poignant than ever before because you're based in Florida. And it
Yeah.
really is capitalizing on this whole that's been going on for quite a while. That first Saturday of June, and everybody coming to Disney and wearing their red shirts to make a statement, to be seen, to be visible, and but you're kind of taking that theme and that how that started and kind of bringing it out to the rest of the world. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the history of Gay Disney and originally, when Doug and his group of CompuServe and AOL users all got together to see each other for the first time, and
Yeah.
in at Disney World, it's kind of really the history of where uh, Red Shirt Day started over 30 years ago today. I was actually an attendee wearing my red shirt going to Disney World 23 years ago, and
Yeah.
had that light bulb moment with my friends to say, well, there's these mega men's events. Where's a women's event?
Yeah.
And then here we are. That's what we created. And it's so symbolic today. I mean, it was, there was challenge back then. The Christian Coalition had planes flying over Disney,
Mm.
warning people that we were there. There were people picketing at the entrance.
Yeah.
Um, I know Disney was trying to do their part in protecting us and making sure we had a safe experience. And now again, Disney's stepping in, to make sure we're having a safe space and a safe experience. But
Yeah.
it's interesting. Times have changed and we've evolved, and so much has happened, including gay marriage and even the state of Florida, gay adoption. I adopted my son, and I
Yeah.
would not have been able to do that 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we've made so much progress, but we are still battling, and ever so present here in Florida today.
Yeah.
Um, you know, Ron DeSantis, governor, and our conservative legislature, are really coming after our rights.
Yeah.
And so to me, it's more important than ever that we have to be out, We have to be proud. We have to stand for our community, and we have to ask allies to stand for us as well.
Yeah. Well, especially you're at ground zero. And I think this year there's going to be a lot more, let's say, for lack of a better word, enthusiasm for folks to really participate, like not just across the country, but around the world. And I think what you're doing, you're encouraging them all to be a part of this by just using the hashtag Red Shirt Challenge. And I'm going to make sure all of this is written out in the descriptions of the video so people won't misspell it. But Red Shirt Challenge. And so that first Saturday of this coming June, we can all be a part of what you all are kind of in the middle of and spearheading in Florida.
Absolutely. It's part of, this new modern culture where we can be connected through social media, through the internet, is totally different than where we were all wearing a shirt going to Disney 30 years ago. Now everyone can participate. I'm so honored and proud. Billy, it was really Billy's brainchild. He called me and said, "Hey, I really want to do this. Will you, jump in and be a part of this?" And absolutely. How could I say no? And the idea that everyone can participate, whether you're coming to Orlando or not, or whether you wear a red shirt at your grocery store or out that day or at Disney or a park somewhere else, everybody can be part of standing together and saying we're here and we deserve to be embraced and celebrated as a community. And so we're excited. More and more people, are. This challenge has been going. This will be our third year. And we anticipate tens of thousands of people participating across the country, besides the tens of thousands of people that will be in Orlando, whether they're at the parks, whether they're at pool parties and nighttime parties and our sports events. We have the Pride Cup. We have 8 sports this year. We'll have over 1,000 athletes in town competing in a variety of sports. But to come together on that first Saturday of the month, kick off Pride, really in a global way, is very exciting.
Yeah. Well, it's perfect timing too, because I think it was just yesterday that Disney announced that they are doing a formal Disney sponsored and created Pride Night, but this one's in Los Angeles at Disneyland. But you were saying that they're planning to also do the same thing next year in Orlando as well.
Well, that is my hope. I'm manifesting that. But yes, I mean, we were super excited about the announcement yesterday. A very poignant time for them to do this. And look, I've always been understanding of Disney not taking a public official stance, because I knew behind the scenes they were working very hard to make sure we were recognized and celebrated when we were in town. I knew that they have a large population of LGBTQ employees, cast members. In fact, they have their own union, and they have gone above and beyond to make sure those cast members are celebrated. And I know that they've worked behind the scenes to make sure that our audience is safe and recognized and celebrated during the weekend. And so to now make an official public event celebrating our community is super exciting. And yes, I'm manifesting. I was so excited. I saw it. I was like, yo, Disneyland, come on. So I'm hoping that it will be a huge success and that Disney World is next on the list for next year. And I can't wait. I think it will bring more and more people to town, as well as more and more people understanding that, we're here and we deserve the same equality, the same rights. And so I appreciate that. I'm still having conversations, especially right now in Florida. They're trying to change this kindergarten or third grade challenge. They're removing books from our libraries. I think recently we just removed Ron DeSantis's book from the library because it speaks of the same things, which was, of course, ironic. But we're in a struggle here in Florida. Our rights are being challenged. We are being attacked. And now more than ever, we have to stand together and support each other.
Yeah. Well, that's what hopefully folks that will see this and is I'll be wearing my red shirt and participating, and I'm hoping that lots of other folks, and I anticipate they will as well. And just if we can't be there in person, we'll definitely be there in spirit.
Yeah, absolutely. We love that. And you can go on the website to the kindredpride.org website and actually order a red shirt day shirt, or you can just pop on any red shirt.
Yeah.
And just take a picture, post with your friends, make a day of it, tag it. And we're excited. It's going to be a viral day.
Exactly. Well, I love all this, and really, I'm just glad that you were able to take a few moments out of your day and share some of your story with our audience here.
Yeah, I mean, thank you so much for reaching out. We're excited as ever. We have a whole set of girls programs at during the weekend.
Yeah.
There's a whole set of men's programs, and everyone is welcome. Everybody's celebrated. But hotels and dance parties and sporting events and comedy shows and pool parties, and we have the L Word cast, Alicia, Allison, Shane coming this year, who actually have a really cool podcast called Pants Podcast. They're hosting on the women's side. We're very excited to have them, and I know on the boys' side they have a bunch of entertainment and celebrity DJs and performers. So it's going to be an amazing weekend, and everybody can be a part of it, whether you're in Orlando or not.
Well, fantastic. Well, thanks again. And next time I'm in South Florida, I look forward to connecting with you here.
Absolutely. It's so good to see you again, Matt.
Thanks again, Matt.
So good.